That was called Bookends. That's me exhaling to get my breath. So I'm gonna just real quick. A lot of these guys hit on a lot of good points when they were talking to you about just what you should do as, you know, an aspiring drummer and musician in life, whatever it is, accounting, I don't know. Going forward, dreaming big, all that's important. Having a goal that you set your mind to try to reach it. Quick little story about myself, not gonna be long, but I wanna, you know, just let you know about Teddy Campbell. I grew up in Chicago, playing church. My whole life basically was revolved around church. And started playing in some clubs and stuff, and, you know, much like Chris, I met a guy named Oscar Seaton. He's a Yamaha artist and he plays for Lionel Richie. And I kind of grew up around him. So he introduced me to different time signatures and different grooves, and I learned how to play double bass, you know, from him. And oh man, the church was no more good when I learned how to play double bass. Because I don't know if you guys ever even, you might have even seen it on TV or Sanctified Church and probably laughed at it. Look at old people shouting. But when we started shouting in the church I grew up in, oh man, double bass pedal, double bass time. Boy, it felt like a train. All the mothers wanted to shout, hey! They didn't know what to do with that. What is that? That made me want to dance. So I was the double bass pedal shouting man. So then I started doing some R&B stuff and moved to LA probably about 12 years ago. And I met a guy named Ricky Minor, and he's a music director for American Idol, Grammys, a lot of award shows that you've seen. Now the new music director for The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, which I'll be going to. So June 7th, turn on your TV. I'm gonna tell you right now, they put that camera on me, I'm showing out. I don't care, y'all can write all y'all want to. People be saying, why does he play all these fills in the middle of these songs on American Idol? Just these bombastic fills. I heard somebody say that. I was like, because I can and you can't. And still make it feel good. Amen, like. So Smitty started off going around the drums and having fun and going crazy, but he's been there for 15 years, so he's like, man, whatever, just give me my check. But yeah, so just tune in, and I'm gonna have fun, man. I like to have fun when I play. And some guys might think it's too much, some may not. I like to think it as expression and still having fun with the pocket, making the song feel good, making it interesting, and still playing the part. All right, so back to my story. Moved to LA, started working with Ricky Minor, and first gig I did with him was a show called Motown Live. And mind you, I grew up in church, so I've never seen a chart ever in my life. Never seen one. So he sat this chart down in front of me, and I'm like, okay, cool, all right. So it was like 5 songs or something, so they were like, you ready? I was like, oh, no, hold on, you guys got a, you know, a tape of a CD or something with a song I can listen to? Mind you, I'm going back to this church thing again. We got the biggest ears on the planet. I could hear something one time. Now I can't, but then I could hear something one time and play it. That was just how it was for us in church growing up. We just had ears. God blessed us with ears first. So they played the CD and I heard all 5 songs, let it go down, and I was like, cool, I'm ready. So I'm looking at this chart, I'm playing. I'm looking at the chart like, yeah, I got this. Catching the little accents. Yeah. So Ricky walks up to me and was like, yeah, man, you sound good. But yeah, man, I don't want you to read the chart. You know, then he leaned in and said, man, I I know you can't read. I was like, this fool, you knew that? So you know, I took mine out of the chart, I started playing. So he asked me to do a couple more gigs. Another gig went by, it was a celebration of black music. So it was like 15 artists. From Luther Vandross, Patti LaBelle, Shaka Khan, Anita Baker, all your favorite R&B singers were there on this show, and I had to play with all these artists, and I didn't read anything. So on the show, stuff was changing, and we're like, okay, we're gonna take Dakota, okay, we're taking Dakota out. We're gonna go to the bridge. All right, no, we're taking the bridge out. Like, all this stuff is happening, and I'm like looking at this chart like, oh God, I'm gonna crash and burn. What's gonna happen? So I got it, we did it, it was cool. That was the run through. So Ricky walked up to me and said, man, you sure sound good, man. I don't know how you do it. He walked away. So I'm like, was that a diss? Did he just challenge me? So I took it as a challenge. So I started taking all the charts home. I learned how to read. I taught myself how to read. I learned on the job, and he was gracious enough to allow me to learn how to read music on his gig. So I just want you guys to know that, you know, don't be one-dimensional, man. Do other stuff, play other stuff, challenge yourself, learn how to read, learn how to play different time signatures, learn how to play different grooves, learn how to play pocket, learn everything, because you never know what you're gonna be called to do. I had to play with the National Symphony Orchestra, and I had just started reading 2 years before that. And I was playing with Ray Charles and with this NSO, this orchestra. And I thought I was gonna die, literally. It was probably 8 years ago. I mean, it was a while ago. I'm 35 now, so I mean, this young kid playing with this National Symphony Orchestra with Ray Charles, you know, and I'm like, I had to know all these songs, and I really couldn't read the stuff. I couldn't, you know, so it was challenging. So I don't ever want any of you guys to be in that kind of position. You know, learn, challenge yourself. Do the greatest things you can do. Don't just be good, be great. You know, be great at whatever it is that you're doing. Because in life, you're gonna need greatness. Good just ain't good enough. You understand? So challenge yourselves. I'll play some more music, and then, you know, we gonna see. Y'all hear the tracks? Everything sound good? It was cool? Track needs to come up a little bit. All right. My man. Let's give it up for all of these sound men, the monitor men, the sound men, the lights, people out there working on stage. They work hard for y'all. Taking these drums up. Cats at the shop, Jim and his staff, they're all amazing. My people are here from Zildjian and Yamaha, and you know, I just want to say hey and thank you to everybody. Thank you guys for having me. And all right, we're gonna play, and the track is gonna be louder.